what you're doing full time. My name is Brianna. If you haven't heard of me before, I am the admin of a few different trucking, transportation, logistics, supply chain groups, and it has been an honor to grow my network with you all over the past few years. Now, honestly, look, I don't think I can hide it. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Honestly, when I first got into trucking and transportation, I didn't think that this would be the outcome. But since I've gotten into logistics and trucking, I haven't left. I don't want to go anywhere, right? So I actually do a lot of community engagement, a lot of lead generation, a lot of brand awareness, a lot of product marketing. And I'm here today to kind of break down, how my process works, what I think would benefit you all the best, how I can help, right? So you guys let me know in the chat, what are some of the issues that you're having with selling your services? If you're a consultant, if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, let me know what you're selling it for, if you have a ton of clients, if you're overflowing with leads, or you need a little bit of assistance. Now, I have in the past connected with people who started from scratch and quickly scaled within 90 days or less. I've also worked with 7-figure companies who were ready to take their brand to the next level and just needed some assistance tweaking their branding. So again, I worked with several names in the industry. I have a total of over 1 million corporate and private clients as of 2020. I help small business owners, entrepreneurs, and medium-sized businesses launch and scale their brands, right? And specifically with marketing and sales, I also assist with in-person events, whether that be retreats, masterminds, right? Board meetings, anything and everything in between. Now, I don't know if you all knew this, but according to marketing experts, the average person sees between 4,000 and 10,000 ads in a single day. Now, it may not seem like that when you first get started, but especially in the trucking industry, I'm sure a majority of you know, once your name is out there, it is out there. People are going to start advertising towards you like crazy, right? Your immediate attention is so valuable. And you may not have known this, but you see up to 4,000 to 10,000 ads a day. You're just not aware of it, right? You're just not aware. So today I'm going to be breaking down how you can really stand out from all of your competitors in the field, right? What you can do to intensify your marketing and how can you overcome the impression of your competitors, right? And what I'm going to teach you today is essentially evergreen marketing strategies. So you can use these strategies no matter what social platform you're on. If you're on email, right? If you only market yourself through text, if you only use social media, you are going to be able to enhance the nuance of your business. So I love that. I love that. I know you all are just putting yourselves out there. You're networking with your peers. You're getting your message out there. But the question is, what are you doing that's different and unique, right? How are you guys currently building your brand and product awareness? What's the difference between the two? Drop that in the chat. Let me know. How are you guys building your brand and product awareness? And I know the first thing that comes to mind may be a flyer. I got a flyer that I share on my website, and I just wait for leads to generate online, right? That's not necessarily a strategic method, because it's what everyone's doing. So what are you guys doing to build your brand and product awareness? And not only that, what are you doing that's different and unique, right? Especially when we talk about all of these different channels, all of these communications coming at you every day, all these brands, all this marketing, all of the different products that's in your face on a daily basis. What are you guys doing that's different and unique? And feel free to drop that in the chats. Now, again, whether your brand right now is good or bad, right? I really just want to dive into it. I want to explore it. Consider this day as like a self-audit, right? Because today we're going to be figuring out what your most important, most crucial brand communication differentiator is, what channel you should be focusing on, right? So what are you doing that's unique and different? And if you're not doing something that's unique and different, I invite you to take a few pieces from today's conversation and really sit with that towards the end of the month and see what you can implement in the next quarter to build this strategy, right? To build this brand and to, again, increase your communication with your clients. So let me know in the chat if you guys know the difference between brand awareness and product awareness, right? What's the difference? I'm going to break it down for you in a few minutes. I just want to see, the level of knowledge that you guys have, because I know majority of it is experience, but this technical game is so valuable too. So again, as you guys let that simmer, brainstorm in the chat. I'm going to show you guys how to crank it up a notch, right? And I'm going to give you guys a few examples. So when I think of, my company, my brand, my marketing strategy, I try to make sure I'm staying on top of mind. I try to make sure that when people have a question about the industry that I'm in, they see me as a go-to person. So ask yourself, how do you want your audience, how do you want your customers, your clients, how do you want them to see you, right? Because when I draw these pictures, again, here's just a few elementary examples. I need you guys to tell me, what do you guys think of when I say these slogans, these taglines, right? These triggers. Just do it. What comes to mind, right? Content is king in brand, right? Distribution is queen. Just do it. What is that? Of course, retail Nike. You're in good hands. You're in good hands. What is that? Look, I'll let you guys guess in the chat. Allstate, and then Snap, Crackle, and Pop. That's probably like my favorite one. I like this one because it was fun, but that's Rice Krispies, right? You all know this. You all know this. So what these companies have done is they built brand awareness around something that is really dialed in for their product. Now they've got a whole initiative around sustainability, right? Diversity. And you want to make sure that you're pushing your edge and you're pushing the limit of your brand, right? Allstate gives you the feeling of safety, security. You're in good hands, right? Snap, Crackle, Pop, that's really fun. And just do it. That's with no hesitation, right? So the emotional side of branding is really how you nurture your audience when it comes to brand communication. So essentially we're doing two things. We're moving our customers or clients throughout stages of awareness, from being completely unaware to who we are, right? They have a problem, to us being the go-to as the solution. So this is what we're going to be doing with our content. And at the same time, we're driving them down this entire funnel, right? We're bringing them from the beginning stages. Whatever they're just figuring out, when your customers, your clients, when they have a problem, right? Where are they going to be landing when they come into your pipeline? Where are your leads at when you first encounter them, and versus where they're at when you close them, right? So in terms of context, this is huge. This is huge. So again, here is the goal. Here's just a quick graphic I wanted to share with you guys. Again, that funnel, right? That pipeline, when your customers first meet you versus when they make a purchase, right? That funnel, there's a top part or beginning, right? And then there's a middle and a second, and then the bottom or the third, right? So how do you get them from the top to the bottom? How do you translate your customers into, curiosity, from curiosity minded to brand advocates, to your raving fans, So this is just something that I want you guys to think about. The goal is to, one, increase your brand awareness. That will then translate into leads, right? Through entertainment, through education, through content, and then generate customers from those leads and keep them satisfied and keep this satisfied. Let me see what I got next. Yeah, a marketing funnel is a journal of how someone becomes a customer from their translation to a raving fan, right? That's awareness. You're converting them to a customer, right? And after they purchase, they build advocacy. They don't trust anyone else with any of their problems. They see you as the number one person, the go-to, the industry expert, right? And the end goals are to, again, turn them into evangelists for your products and services. Now, I know a lot of you guys watching this, you're maybe coming in initially as a dispatcher, and that is wonderful. That is great. But another thing I want to talk about here is that you should not be limiting yourself to just one product or service. You guys are so valuable. I don't know if you understand it. All of the day-to-day experiences that you guys have in transportation and trucking, it's so valuable. So I advocate for everyone that's watching me tonight, understand that, find a niche, yes, in your dispatching service, but find your level of expertise, your level of knowledge. What's your passion? Why did you get into this? You know, if you're dispatching for a family or friend, you guys just passed your first audit and you loved performing it with the USDOT officer, right? Aced it on the first try. Well, maybe you should focus more on compliance, right? Or say an owner operator came to you, he needed help finding drivers. Why won't you think about offering staffing as a main service, right? So just think about that. Think about that. Where are you guys offering your customers in your marketing funnel, and where are they landing, right? Getting that balance is key to a successful business, right? To a successful business. So brand awareness, again, it's a marketing term by which customers can recognize your brand by its name, right? And normally that includes positive perceptions of the qualities that distinguish your products and services from your competitors, right? And here is a great quote by Mr. Bernbach. I love it. I have it on a sticky note on my laptop. It says, "You can say the right thing about a product and nobody will listen. You have got to say it in such a way that people will feel it in their gut. Because if they don't feel it, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen." So let's move on really quickly. Again, I really want this to be as interactive as possible. I'm going to go through the chat afterwards. This is going to be, again, your business audit. So you tell me, right? What is your story? What's the story of your product? What's the feeling of your story? Again, maybe you got started in the industry helping a family member, helping a friend, right? Coming together as a collective, becoming financially stable as a group, right? As a family. If that's where your passion is, don't deter from that, right? Embody the feeling of your story, take hold of your passion, why you got started in the first place, and pivot from there, making it a main framework for what your brand is known for, right? So we want to be able to stand out. And again, this is one of the most important things when we think about the crowded marketplace. I'm sure you guys see there's hundreds of people, thousands of people in our groups, right? They're saturated. There's consultants, there's coaches, right? There are agents, there are small businesses, there's entrepreneurs. So we want to make sure we're distinguishing ourselves from the competition. And I notice, again, with the flyer, not a lot of people are standing out. So this is where you actually have a huge competitive advantage, right? In terms of becoming a smarter marketer, being someone who is advertising with intent behind their branding. You guys have a huge opportunity in front of you to ask yourself, you know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do in my brand, in my marketing, you know, in terms of my positioning? Why are my customers coming to me? What can I do to be different? So if I leave you guys with one thing today, in terms of the whole brand awareness strategy, I would again invite you to think about what that means for you, for your marketing message, for your products, for your offers. And again, we're going to talk a little bit more about building those relationships. Here's another great quote: "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it." Again, just going back to that passion piece, right? Why did you guys get in the industry? Why are you still in it now? After all of the hurdles, after all the downfalls that have gotten you to the point where you are today, why are you still here? Let me know. Let me know. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. What are you guys known for? And what do you want to be the go-to person for? Right? Why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? So you don't have to be known for, again, only one thing, but you do have to be widely known for many things, right? So of course, if people are coming to you, they're not continuously asking you about one specific subject. And even if they are, that means they have many more questions about several other aspects of whatever they're coming to you for. So if you are in transportation and you have people coming up to you saying, "I can't stay profitable," you know, well, you need to ask them, when's the last time you sat down and looked at your finances? Do you know how much your overhead is, down to the amount of gas that you burn per mile by cent? Do you know if your drivers are compliant? Are they up to date with their inspections and physicals? You know, all of these questions, they are meant to lead your customers to, again, nurture them and walk them through your buying process. So that way, the next time they have that same question, it's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. And again, I love this because I've been in transportation for the past 3 years, and where I'm at now, it's the amount of growth that I have had over these few years is immense. And I'm extremely excited to see where it's going to take me. My network continues to grow day by day. And that's only because, again, I want to be known as someone who is pushing you to be the best you that you can be, someone who's helping your business succeed. And I can't do that, right, unless I know that there's a level of trust, vulnerability, again, throughout the buying journey with my clients, right? So I need you guys to be patient with me on this one, because standout brands are repetitive yet innovative. 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 Someone drop that in the chat, please. Preach. Standout brands are repetitive yet innovative. So I love this saying because it really digs down deep into my mental and reassures me that you have to, again, be unique. Be you different to stand out, be different to stand out from the competition, right? And I really want you guys to think, what are your competitors doing that you want to stay away from? What are you seeing your competitors doing that's not really working for them either? So you know that you're finally able to pivot, right? So again, the products and services that you guys are offering, what level are you performing product awareness? And what is product awareness, right? We're going to talk about a little bit more about this in a second, but I want you guys to make sure that whatever story you start with, stick to it. Stick to it, because you're going to be telling your story over and over and over again. You're going to be educating your audience on similar things over and over and over again. And again, I just did a video a few hours ago about rewrapping your offer, right? That you're going to continuously do that until you're able to find a comfortable pace that's extremely profitable, right? So whether it's, the graphic that you're changing, the copy, the tag, the headline, the hook of your offer, if you find yourself in your marketing and your product awareness that your strategies, your tactics aren't working, change them on a weekly basis. Measure, that feedback. Look at those metrics. Don't do this. If the same thing doesn't work for 2 weeks, it's not going to work again in 2 years, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So let's move on to product awareness, right? What is product awareness? It's knowledge about the particular products a company offers, especially, again, compared to those by competitors. So it's kind of the go-to when you think of foods or brands or products or services, right? Similar to the last example, if someone says cell phone, Apple automatically comes to mind, right? If someone says, I don't know, ketchup, I automatically think of Heinz. It's the intuition that customers have about your product being known as an innovator, right? And you want to ask yourself, how do you put yourself in that position, right? Because this product awareness, right, it ties in directly with brand awareness, but we'll talk about this again in a few minutes. I'll take you on a deeper level, but it's more than just a holiday special, right? We're talking about launching new offers. We're talking about getting our audience excited. We're talking about nurturing our clients, our customers, the people that are giving us their undivided attention. What can you offer them for a fee to solve their problems, right? To solve their problems. So when we talk about standout brand communications, how can you guys actually do this better than your competitors? And I actually thought about this morning because, again, that buying mentality, right? Where, Juneteenth is right around the corner. For some companies, this is going to be one of the biggest months in their business, right? A lot of people are going to be buying small business, supporting local artists, local entrepreneurs, just because of the holidays. So again, I thought about that and I'm like, they're purchasing a product, they're purchasing a service, but they're also purchasing, is as part of the culture. Same as with Christmas, Thanksgiving, with any other holiday, right? You guys are purchasing fireworks, you're getting a Christmas tree because you love it, you need that product, but you're also buying into a culture, right? You have morals, you have integrity behind what you do, and you spend money on stuff that's only going to accentuate that. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But if you don't think that if you have product awareness, or if you think that if you have product awareness, you don't need brand awareness, I'm sorry to tell you you're wrong, because you need both. You need both, right? Branding without a sales strategy is essentially you entertaining for free. And you offering a sales strategy with no branding behind it means you're not getting any sales. That's just point blank period, right? So if you're offering a ton of content to your audience, to your network, but you don't have any system, any strategy, any intent behind any of your content, then you're essentially just entertaining people for free, right? Versus if you're only selling something, that's all people are going to know you for, as someone who's always selling something, right? With no branding, no passion, no story behind it, that's just going to lead to a lack of sales. That's just going to lead to lack of sales. So how can you guys build your brand and product awareness? How? Type it in the chat if you don't know. I'm sure you guys can see the previous slide, right? The only way to do that simultaneously is to create more opportunities for your customers to interact with you, your brand, your business, your tagline, your headline, your hook, right? You want to be doing things that gets the gears turning in your audience. You want to make sure you're emphasizing your importance, and you want to make sure that you're standing out with your unique messaging. So let's talk about that in terms of marketing. The more we create opportunities for our customers to actually interact with our brand, the better we're going to perform in our business. So again, we said tell a story, right? Like, how are you going to share your origin story with your customers? You know, maybe it could be something about how you got into transportation from a different industry. You needed to prioritize your health and wellness, right? Your 9 to 5 was tearing you down. So ever since you've gotten into the industry, you found yourself a lot more healthier physically and mentally, right? It could be maybe a rock bottom story where you knew dispatching was the easiest career in the industry because it had the lowest barrier to entry. And from there, you quickly scaled to 10 fleets of trucks, right? What's your story? It's going to be different. Again, but just make sure you include in it your origin, your mission, your vision, your values, right? Why are you different? Why are you unique? And what's the bigger picture? So think about your stories. This is going to be something that I repeat over and over, right? Tell your story. This is the foundation of everything that you will be doing in your business. It's the why behind the how, right? So if you are on social media, and again, like I said, you're dropping flyers, you're dropping your links, you're dropping your ads, people are seeing you as a salesperson with no marketing strategy, with no branding strategy, right? So you won't have any because you're not as relatable as, again, the go-to in their mind. Get it? Got it? Good. So let me know in the chat, what's your brand story? And if you guys are having issues coming up with one, you know, if you think your brand story is bland, or you're having a hard time finding inspiration for it, take this template. So at least for me, right, my client story, or how I started off with it, right, you want to make sure that you're asking yourself these questions. So where did your client start with you? Again, if you've had at least one client, this should be easy. Where did they start with you? Where were they at in their business? Why were they attracted to you? What did they want? What were they struggling with? Right? And these don't even have to be clients. These can be prospects. These can be people that you may not close, but they're reaching out to you via messenger, via text. They're calling you. They're commenting on your flyers, right? They're telling you their problems over DM, and they didn't, for whatever reason, they didn't close, right? So you can use those conversations, even if they're not clients, to answer these questions. What did you work on together with them to solve the problem? If you did work with them, and what were the end results? So again, just a quick example. You want to make sure that you emphasize the end results, though. Your success story is huge. Your success stories are huge. This is something that your audience can celebrate with you based on your transformation and your wins. So again, that origin story to where you are now. You know, from the start, to the end, how did the experiences that you went through craft your company, craft your culture, craft your career to get to where it is now? So you're going to want to make sure that, again, you're storytelling, but at the end of your conversation, at the end of your product and brand marketing, your product and brand awareness, you're also pitching. This is how you, again, mix in the marketing and sales strategy. If you're do one, you should be doing the other, right? And it doesn't have to be a direct pitch. It could be a call to action, to join your community, to subscribe to your newsletter, to send you a DM, right? You want to be an empowered marketer, and you want to share updates with people. You want to let them know where you're at now, what hurdles you've gone through, and how you overcome them, right? So think about how you can do that in your business. I love these. When you guys are on social media, think about the story that you want to tell through your brand, through your messaging. Because again, if you just drop a dispatch flyer, you will not look any different from any of the other people in the group unless you get to the messenger, right? And again, you're learning your client story, you're focusing on customer success. Then if you're able to close like that, great. But for anyone that's having a hard time finding clients in this industry, these are the keys to a successful business, whether you're a consultant, a coach, a dispatcher, an operator, a small fleet owner, a freight broker, a manufacturer, a wholesaler, a retail store, anything in and any and everything in between. So just keep that in mind, guys. This is just a little bit of the marketing juice that I wanted to deliver to you today. I hope you guys appreciated the live. I'm going to be going back through the comments. I will make sure I respond to them if I have the time. But if you guys are looking for any additional help, right? If you love this content, if you love this direction, right? The quick little template, the branding definitions, right? How to craft your story. I'd love to dive into more analytics if we have the time, right? So where do I share this with, right? Where do I harness all my marketing knowledge? In the Dispatch Masters membership. So I've quickly found that, our group has grown to over 50,000 members strong, and that's great. But a lot of the members I'm finding have a hard time adjusting their mindset. And I'm not sure what the issue is there, but I have been realizing a lot of it is to do with marketing. Because again, you see 4,000 to 10,000 ads on the subliminal side a day, right? So of course you're going to think a flyer is all I need to succeed. But in reality, again, it's that mindset shift of being vulnerable, opening up, sharing your story, crafting your brand, discussing your passion, right? Promoting customer success. That takes a lot of effort and action from you. And if this is something that you're not comfortable doing, I don't encourage you to be an entrepreneur, right? I don't encourage you to be a business owner. I don't encourage you to have any type of entrepreneurship, stay at a 9 to 5. That is okay. That's okay. Because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for people like you. There has to be someone to save me, right? Look, doctors, lawyers, I need you guys. Real estate agents, right? If there's any career that you have that gives you a steady income, that you don't want to deal with the stress of building your brand, defining your marketing, right? And really honing in on your best skill set, right? Your profession, then I don't encourage anyone to do it, because honestly, it's the best way to grow. On every corporate website, there's going to be an about us with pictures of board members, on any app, on any social channel app, there's going to be, people who are influencers of brands like that. This has to happen. There has to be, again, a go-to brand face messaging behind your products and your services. And if you don't want to deal with building that, if you'd rather stay at a stable career, don't quit your day job. Because like I said, this took me 3 years to perfect. But again, with the Dispatch Masters membership, I've harnessed all my knowledge